This is Valley News Live at noon.
Today marks the end of North Dakota's COVID-19 emergency declaration. The governor says the state continues to shift focus from the pandemic response to getting people vaccinated. Now, nearly 70% of North Dakotans ages 65 years and older have received at least one dose of the vaccine, and 64% are fully vaccinated. 90% of long-term care residents are also fully vaccinated. Now this week, 83 North Dakotans needed to be hospitalized, and the hospitalization rate among ages 16 to 49 has risen 59% in April compared to March. This is the highest month-to-month increase in this age group so far. A Center's chief medical officer says the pandemic will continue to be a long-term issue until we get more people vaccinated. And COVID-19 continues to keep healthcare officials on their toes. Dr. Richard Vetter hopes this experience has opened the eyes of the public to better understand measures taken against a disease like COVID.
Better educating the public around public health measures. I think that it's probably become a little bit more politicized than it could have or should have, because people don't understand public health measures the same way that they look at their own personal health.
The next step, finding a vaccine option for those under the age of 16 and getting more of the 20 to 30 age group vaccinated. Right now, the state of North Dakota has no COVID restrictions for businesses or events, but local orders may still be put in place. Now, new at noon, the Bemidji Police Department is asking for your help finding a stolen car. Police say the 2003 Toyota Matrix was stolen on Tuesday. Now, this is not the actual stolen vehicle, but it's the same type police are looking for. The car's license plate number is 967 UDV. And if you see this vehicle or have any information, call 218-333-9111. One other warmer day to add to the books, but will Saturday be the warmest day of the year so far? Let's check in with meteorologist Nathan Hopper. Happy Friday, Nathan.
Happy Friday, Brian. It's great to see you, and happy Friday, everybody. Yes, tomorrow will be the warmest day of the year, the warmest day we've seen likely since September of last year. But talking about this afternoon, looking at our Devils Lake Home of Economy Skycam, we do see some lower clouds there, perhaps some showers there outside the Devils Lake area, or these may be evaporating before they hit the ground. I've been looking very closely at surface observations. I've not seen anything actually being reported hitting the ground. And looking at some NDDOT cameras, I've seen some raindrops, but by and large, things look quiet for pretty much everybody this afternoon. Look at those temperatures. Already 50 in Gwinnett, 54 Jamestown, 63 in Aberdeen. Still seeing some 40s hanging on across Minnesota, where the clouds are hanging on as well. The winds are picking up also in Jamestown. That's what we expected, is the winds to increase from west to east. And you can see south around 16 miles per hour, gusting 28. But 21 and 22 miles per hour, those winds out of the south in Devils Lake and Langdon, respectively. There's what I was talking about with that green on the radar. Again, with the surface of the earth and the air above the ground being so dry, a lot of these showers are likely evaporating before they make it all the way to the ground. But where you see those greens, we could be seeing, Brian, a few spotty showers there in the Devils Lake area or in Towner County. But of course, we'll talk more about a windy but mild Friday afternoon and detail that weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes.
We'll definitely stay tuned with you so we can find out what the weather's going to be like, what the plans people might have this weekend.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thanks, Nathan. Well, the 2021 North Dakota legislative session is over. It wrapped just after midnight after the House and Senate reached an agreement over the long-debated Human Services Department budget. Now, this year's session was unlike what anyone is used to. Health protocols spread out lawmakers inside the Capitol building or had them working remotely. 914 bills and resolutions were introduced throughout the session, and this isn't the last time lawmakers will meet in Bismarck this year. They'll be coming back to redraw district lines and oversee the allocation of more federal dollars. The Biden road tour heads to Philadelphia today, where the president will not only try to sell $4 trillion in new spending, he's celebrating one of his favorite ways to travel. Tracy Potts explains.
Later today in Philadelphia, President Biden marks Amtrak's 50th anniversary. He got the name Amtrak Joe, spending decades on the train between Washington and Delaware. His jobs plan would provide $80 million to upgrade transit.
There's certain things only the government can do. We rank number 8 in the world in terms of infrastructure, for God's sake. I mean, is the private sector going to go out and build billions of dollars worth of highways, ports, airports, bridges? Are they going to do that?
That plus his family's plan will cost taxpayers $4 trillion. But Capitol Hill is sharply divided over the plans and the cost.
A blueprint for giving Washington even more money and even more power to micromanage American families.
Today's speech in Philadelphia also aims to push Congress to act on police reform in the next month.
We can't rest. We have a lot more to do.
Biden for now leaving negotiations in the hands of lawmakers. Biden today also expected to tout his coronavirus response, telling the Today Show it's time to get kids back in the classroom.
Based on the science and the CDC, they should probably all be open. There's not overwhelming evidence that, in fact, there's in K through 12, that there's much of a transmission among these people, young people.
200 million vaccinations so far, with New York, the nation's largest city, set to fully reopen July 1st. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Other cities may follow suit, but there are still states like Minnesota and Oregon where the number of cases is going up. Well, families are celebrating the area's first college graduation this weekend, but things will look a little different. Commencement at Concordia in Moorhead on Sunday will not include any guests. It'll be graduates only in the Memorial Auditorium, and other COVID protocols will be in place as well. Families and friends can watch through a live stream. Concordia is holding two ceremonies, one at 10 in the morning on Sunday and the other at 2 in the afternoon. A traffic heads up for a busy stretch of road in South Moorhead. Starting on Monday, 30th Avenue South between 17th and 20th Streets will be closing. Traffic will be detoured on Bellesley Boulevard and temporary roads will be added so people can still access businesses. The city says to expect congestion and delays in the area. They hope to finish the project by September. It's time to go through the garage and storage closets. Next week, many across the valley will get a chance to get rid of unwanted items during the annual cleanup week. Now in Fargo, Moorhead, West Fargo, Grand Forks, and East Grand Forks, people can put unwanted items on the boulevard and the city will dispose of them for free. It's also likely that someone may find your trash as their new treasure. Cleanup week starts on Monday. Head to valleynewslive.com for details about the rules and pickup schedules. There's still time to donate new or slightly used items to help folks in the Grand Forks area. Here's a list of what's needed: clothing and shoes, sheets, towels, blankets, kitchenware, and new personal care items. Food donations are not being accepted. Now put items in the orange trash bags that were placed in neighborhoods around Grand Forks. They'll be picked up tomorrow. And if you didn't receive an orange bag but would like to help, drop off your donations at Lincoln Drive Park tomorrow between 10 in the morning and 1 this afternoon.
With the third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State.
Another Bison goes big. Former NDSU quarterback Trey Lance is waking up today as the NFL's #3 draft pick in 2021. Lance says he found out just a few minutes before it was announced, and he was wiping away tears as he made his way up to the stage. He's the third straight Bison quarterback drafted in the NFL, the second highest after Carson Wentz went second overall in 2016. Now Lance joins the 49ers. As a third pick, he has a guaranteed 4-year rookie deal, which should be around $34.1 million. That includes a more than $22 million signing bonus. And don't forget, the Bison are in Texas, ready to take on Sam Houston State this weekend. Our Bison pregame show is on KX4 at 1 in the afternoon, and the kickoff is at 2 Sunday. The game will be televised on ESPN. Well, diners are returning to restaurants, but not all the workers are coming back. Coming up at noon, why restaurants are struggling to find employees. And the weather is heating up going into the weekend. Weather up next to Plan Your Day with meteorologist Nathan Harper.